What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fry School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. A PlayStation launcher on PC is in order for PlayStation's business perspectives. I'm talking about this because, for the most part, when I actually do my video game commentary, it's from a place of competition because I know competition is going to bring all of us the very best bet. Now, why do I say a PlayStation launcher is in order here? Well, simply because it can actually stay in line with a lot of PlayStation's own business practices that has made their platform appealing to a lot of people. Now, here's the thing. PlayStation is going to find it hard to pull PC players to go buy their box. They were thinking that they could bank on it for the most part, but a lot of PC players did not, budge. And the technological advancements in hardware are just too appealing and just too sexy for you to abandon your PC and go buy a console. Unless you just don't know, then I can see how that's a thing. But there's no way that somebody's going to give you a $500 bill that you're not going to look at your old GPU and be like, hey, man, it's time for us to get that upgrade. And then you run and go buy yourself a console. That doesn't happen for majority of PC players. If anything, many PC players would probably just wait for a Steam sale with that $500 and then fill up their library for the next 8 years in terms of games and content to play. So what is this launcher going to serve? Well, first of all, let's talk about the competition who already has a launcher sitting on the PC platform. And that launcher is the Xbox launcher. In this launcher, Xbox is able to sell its games, able to price its games, and able to keep its games in a competitive circle and sphere, and be able to control a lot of what happens here and eat the profits from here directly. Now, Xbox double dips and still has a Steam presence, don't get me wrong, but still, one of the best things that they can actually do here is that they can actually bring out their game on their platform and then still bring it to Steam day one. They are in a position where they actually need as much of the software sales. Their business strategies, they're going full-blown software sales. So this strategy makes sense for them. They've announced it. They've told everybody, gear up. And those who want to leave the roller coaster of the fandom, they can jump off. PlayStation, on the other hand, if they bring their game to PC, they lose 30% to Steam. But if they had their own launcher, they could actually make their games exclusive to their launcher for a period before bringing it to Steam. Do you know who else in the industry actually does this? Yes, you know, Ubisoft Massive. Ubisoft Massive is one Ubisoft studio that actually has done this more recently, and then even their other studios are starting to do this. Now, Ubisoft as a whole is their parent company, and yes, some stuff happens, but I've also seen some Ubisoft, titles make their way to Steam directly without any hitches, and this is from back in the day. But let's go ahead and look at a game like Tom Clancy's The Division 2. I'm a big Division 2 player, been playing the game since 2019, and I can tell you that this Steam, thing that says January 12, 2023, The Division 2 did not release in January of 2023. Even The Division's biggest DLC did not release in 2023. But the Steam version arrived in 2023 because the PC version of the game was only playable via the Ubisoft Connect platform. In fact, the game made its way to the Epic Games Store even before it came to Steam because why? Ubisoft, they kept it on their Uplay platform first, where they were able to gain 100% of the revenue, and then after their expenses keep their profits. Then the game was on the Epic Games Store, where the revenue share on Epic Games Store is actually less. It's 18% compared to 30% that Steam wants. And then they moved it to Steam at the tail end to gain the last bits of the sale. This is, in my opinion, exactly what a PlayStation portal or a PlayStation, storefront on PC is bound to achieve. That way, they can bring their games day and date to PC, enjoy the biggest portion of the sales, and then if they decide that they want to basically hold it for a little bit, because there are some people who will not barge from the Steam paradigm, then they can bring it to Steam later. Now, this may sound crazy. This may sound insane. Some people who may be Steam folk may say, why would you want that? Well, I'm here for competition because guess what? At the end of the day, folks, those of us who are playing on Steam, we're already waiting anyways, 1 year, 2 years. It's not going to be a big issue if we don't want a different launcher. I know there are many of you who ignored Epic Games Launcher and you still ignore it because you don't want to touch Epic Games Launcher, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, if the competition is on and PlayStation is bringing their games day and dates to PC, guess who starts to wake up and bring quality games as well to match that particular energy? It's Xbox on the other end. and we, all the fans, we get the benefit of it. Now, those who play on console, it's very interesting because I have to also address this because I've seen a lot of people who play on console who may be dissatisfied. They'll say, well, this is not a good proposition because, on the console side, it doesn't make the console player feel like they're valued or whatever it is. Well, here's the thing. You already have access to the game. Why are you worried about somebody else having access to the game? You already bought the platform based on your preference, based on your research. So it shouldn't bother you at all if the company decides that they're going to go ahead and put the game elsewhere. Now, yes, the company basically made it sound like, it was only going to be on that platform because they wanted you to buy that platform. But the market is changing and that proposition is no longer a reality for them. They cannot afford, for the most part, to make a $200 million game and barely break even and, be waiting for sales because on the console itself, most console players are playing basically the same 10 games as their top 10 games. They're playing EA Sports games. They're playing Epic Games Fortnite games. They're playing GTA. They're playing Microsoft's Call of Duty game. And instead of actually playing these games and buying them in droves like Nintendo fans, their interests are elsewhere. Hence, PlayStation is in a position where it finds itself where it needs to go bring its games to PC. Why not go full on head on? Why leave Microsoft to be playing games here and nobody basically on the console side pretty much bucking up to them? They need to go ahead and challenge their competition on something like this. These are my thoughts. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching the video. I really appreciate you guys' time and audience. And hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.